We're going to be exploring more of Massachusetts by doing Route 140. That's right, in today's video we're going to be doing Massachusetts Route 140. It is a pleasant state highway as it runs from the southeast portion of the state all the way up to the north central portion of the state at a junction with Route 12. It comes like a few miles shy within the Massachusetts and New Hampshire border. Along its route, it also passes through some pleasant towns like the town of Foxborough, the town of Taunton, and a couple other places that I'll be visiting along this road. So with that, let us get started with this nice, pleasant state highway. But first, you're watching the TheDerpHog, where I make highways content on all sorts of different topics. If you've been enjoying it, be sure to hit that like button. And if you've been really enjoying it, be sure to smash that subscribe button so you're notified on all future videos. And if you really want to help out the channel, become a member today where you get custom cool emojis, early access to future videos, along with one free extra request per month. And if you don't want to become a member, you can always just pay $3 for a intersection request in future videos. Those highways will be listed down in the description below, and I'll make sure to shout you out when that video releases. So let's get on with the highway. As you can see here, this is the map of Route 140 as it starts at a junction with US Highway 6 in New Bedford, Massachusetts, traveling in a north to west direction, ending at a junction with Route 12 in Winchendon at a few miles south of the New Hampshire border. So with that, I'm going northbound on Route 140, and we can see here that Route 140 begins at US Highway 6 here, and we can see that it's being signed north for Taunton and Boston respectively, which are good choices. And our first junction here on Route 140 is Interstate 195, being signed for Cape Cod and Fall River respectively. I do like that eastbound control of Cape Cod, but that westbound control should definitely be Providence because Providence is bigger than Fall River, and this is just MassDOT being provincial here. And our first mileage time here on the freeway portion of Route 140, we can see that Boston is our primary from 51 miles away, while Taunton is our true primary from only 15. And here's the northern end of the freeway section, and we can see that we're meeting Route 24, which will take you up towards Boston. And it looks like this area is under construction here. Here in downtown Taunton, we meet with US Highway 44. We're now going to be concurrent with it as we head through downtown. And here we pass by this US 44 area as it's being signed for Massachusetts Route 144. As we can see, they're now being signed for Norton and Seekonk. And this is where we split off from US 44 with the correct shield this time, as we can see they're now being signed for Norton, Mansfield, and Foxborough on two separate signs. And here in Norton, we meet with Route 123 as it's being signed for Attleboro and Mansfield, and we're now going to be concurrent with westbound. And here's where we split off from Route 123 as we're now getting signed for Mansfield and Foxborough. And here in the Mansfield area, we meet with Interstate 495. We're now becoming concurrent with northbound Interstate 495. And if you want to check out a series on Interstate 495, it's in the top right corner here. And this is where we split off from Interstate 495 as we're now getting still signed north for Mansfield because we haven't made it to downtown yet. And on the north side of Mansfield, we meet with Interstate 95 proper, getting signed for Boston and Providence respectively. And on Interstate 495, we're now still getting signed north for Foxborough. Here in downtown Foxborough, we're now getting signed north for Wrentham and Franklin. And on our way to Wrentham, we actually meet with US Highway 1 getting signed for Boston and Providence respectively. And if you take US 1 northbound here, it'll actually take you right by Gillette Stadium. And honestly, I actually thought about doing this video back in November when the Buccaneers played the Patriots, but then I ultimately against it and decided to move it to this month instead. But it still works out because apparently the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl, so that is awesome for them and for the Patriots fans. And here in Wrentham, we meet with Route 1A as it's being signed for Dedham and Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Here we can see that still in the Wrentham area, we're now getting signed north for Franklin. Here we meet with Interstate 495 once again, and this time we do not have a concurrency with it. But if we check on the Interstate 495, we can see that we're now getting signed north for Bellingham. Here in Bellingham, we're now getting signed for Milford and Worcester. Here in Milford, we meet with Route 16 as it heads towards downtown along with Holliston, and westbound will take you towards Mendon. And on Route 16, we can see that we're now getting signed for Upton and Shrewsbury. And skipping ahead a little bit, we actually go under Interstate 90 / the Massachusetts Turnpike here. And on the outskirts of Shrewsbury, we meet with US Highway 20, the Great US 20, and if you want to check out a video or a series on it, it's in the top right corner here. Still in the Shrewsbury area, we meet with Route 9, and Route 9 westbound will actually take you over to Worcester. And then this is in downtown Shrewsbury, as we're now getting signed for West Boylston and Gardner. Still on the north side of Shrewsbury, we meet with Interstate 290 getting signed for Marlborough and Worcester respectively. And this is at a random junction here, and we can see that Route 140 is now getting signed north for Westminster. Here in West Boylston, we meet with Route 12, and we're now going to become concurrent with it as we head towards Leominster and Westminster now. Here we meet with Interstate 190 getting signed for Leominster and Fitchburg. And now we're going to be joining with Route 2 here as we're now getting signed for Greenfield and Winchendon. And this is where we split off from Route 2 here, and we can see that we're now getting signed north for Winchendon, our last town we'll be passing through. And here in the Winchendon area, we'll meet with Route 12 once again, and that road will take you up for New Hampshire, while Route 140 gets an end shield. So with that, we'll be turning around and doing southbound Route 140. So we begin here on Route 12, where you can see that Route 12 is also now getting signed south for Fitchburg, while we're going to be heading toward Gardner and Worcester, respectively. Here we're going to be joining with Route 2 as it's getting signed for Boston and Princeton, which are good choices. Here's where we split off from Route 2, as Route 2 will take you towards Boston, and we're now getting signed south for Westminster. Here is that meeting with Route 2A, and we can see that we're now getting signed south for Princeton. Here we meet with Route 31, and we can see that we're now getting signed for Sterling and West Boylston. Here we meet with Interstate 190 getting signed south for Worcester. And now we're meeting with Route 12 once again, and we're now getting signed for Shrewsbury, as Route 12 will take you to Worcester. Here we meet with Interstate 290 on the outskirts of Shrewsbury, getting the same control cities that we saw going northbound. Now we're meeting with Route 9 once again, and we can see that we're now getting signed south for Grafton and Milford. Here we meet with US Highway 20, and this time we can see the control cities way better, and it's also getting signed for Worcester and Auburn. You know, that is not Auburn, Alabama, that is Auburn, Massachusetts. Here we go under the Mass Pike once again, and here in Milford we meet with Route 16 once again, and we can see on Route 16 we're getting signed south for Bellingham now. Here in the Bellingham area we'll meet with Route 126, so we're now going to be concurrent with it as we head towards Franklin and Woonsocket. Here in the Franklin area we'll meet with Interstate 495 getting signed for Taunton and Cape Cod one way and Marlborough and Lowell the other direction. And we can see in downtown Franklin we're now getting signed for Wrentham. And here in Wrentham we're now getting signed south for Foxborough and Taunton respectively. And now we're meeting with US Highway 1 once again, and this time we're only meeting one northbound getting signed for Boston once again. Here we meet with Interstate 95 getting signed for Providence and Boston respectively. And here we have our first intersection request. This one was made by Edward Rosman, as he wanted to see the Route 106 junction because Route 106 here and Route 140 were both known as Route 25 connector before Interstate 495 was being constructed through this area. And he's been on this short section of Route 106 which will take you over to Interstate 495, so thank you for that request. And here we're now going to be joining with the Interstate 495 as we head south towards Norton and Cape Cod respectively. And here's where we split off from Interstate 495 as we head south towards Norton and Taunton. And skipping ahead to the Taunton area, we meet with US Highway 44 once again. And we have the correct shield for 44 right here, but the incorrect shield on this sign here getting signed for New Bedford and Cape Cod. Come on, man. And here we have another intersection request. This one was made by Russ K, as he wanted to see downtown Taunton because he took a trip up to here and he said that it was nice walking around downtown. And I definitely would like to visit this place someday too. And here we split off from US 44 getting signed for Cape Cod while Route 140 is heading south towards Lakeville in New Bedford. And here we meet with Route 24 once again getting signed for Boston and Fall River respectively. And this is where we pick up our freeway portion once again. And here we can see that New Bedford is our primary from 21 miles away. And then here we meet with Interstate 195 just a mile north of US Highway 6 getting signed for Cape Cod and Fall River respectively. And Route 140 here ends at US Highway 6, as one direction of US 6 will take you over to Fairhaven and New Bedford, while westbound 6 will take you over towards Dartmouth. So with that, we end Route 140, we move on to the places I'll go. So these are all the places that I'd visit if I ever was on Route 140 in Massachusetts. And if you have any other places that I should definitely visit, please let me know. So if I ever go up to Massachusetts, I can check out some places along Route 140. So that ends Route 140 here. Thank y'all so much for watching this short video on Route 140 in the state of Massachusetts. If you have been on this highway, please let me know about your experiences. I definitely would like to check out this highway someday, along with the rest of Massachusetts, because it looks like a nice little state to visit. So with that, here are my next few highways. If you have any intersection requests for any of these upcoming highways, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to shout you out once these highways release. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next week as we do Interstate 280 in California. Bye!